Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Friday, December 5th, 2025. The Truther community lost somebody this past week. On November 30th, James Rink of Super Soldier fame passed away. He had been speaking with those near and dear to him in the months leading up to his demise and saying that he thought, since he had been in perfect health up until mid-September, that he had been the victim of a heart attack gun, at least, and that other things might have been going on. Now, I spoke to my good friend Linda Paris because she knew James personally, and I only know him secondhand. And she has, I will have a link to her BitChute channel for you. She has a number of interviews with him that are very enlightening. And she said that in those interviews, and you can hear it for yourself, James spoke openly that he just believed that his body was that of a clone. So in his last weeks, he said that he thought he had been the target of some shenanigans, that his health problems were being caused. There does seem to be a little bit of corroborating evidence for that because James was working to have a uh, Super Soldier Con in October, and his health problems started in September. And interestingly enough, or sadly enough, that he had two of his conference guest speakers experienced strokes, and two others reported heart issues. These super soldiers who are coming forward are people who are in their 30s and 40s. Nobody's elderly, guys. And because of the fact that they're pretty aware of how the world really works around us, I don't think many of them would have lined up for Jabberoos a few years ago. So we wondered what's going on. Was he, is it a combination of things? Was his clone body breaking down? We are told that they don't last as long as the ones that we are given at birth. Or was that uh, decay being accelerated, with other speakers for the conference being subjected to similar health issues? I think there's definitely shenanigans afoot. I have to say, though, I try not to dig too deeply into this. I want to be able to speak to you somewhat knowledgeably, but I don't want to have a bias. So I am going to ask the cards, and we're going to explore this topic together. We're going to see what happened to James Rink. Now, again, my friend Linda Paris did a beautiful in honor of video about him, and I invite you to explore that. If the concept of super soldiers is new to you, it's an interesting rabbit trail to go down. I think it's a very valid one to go down. And I will have some links that can kind of get you started on that. Basically, it's kind of what you think it is, super soldier. It is people that got involved in covert programs that enhanced their abilities and had them use weapons and be part of ops that don't, we are told right now, aren't currently possible. Things that bend that time and space that the whitehouse.gov document spoke of and still speaks of. So, something definitely worth looking into. And when I lived at James' website, he started posting videos 4 years ago. Those first videos were got 400, 500 views, and now they're 10 times larger. His most recent ones were officially reaching an audience of about 5,000 people. And James said in the interview that I will have linked to you that is on medium.com, he said that he thought that disclosure was being shut down, that it was being discouraged, that even this much apparently traction of the concept of super soldiers and the super soldier program was more than somebody out there is comfortable with. Well, let's see what the cards have to say, because they don't care who's comfortable. They're going to tell us what they're going to tell us. So let's find out. I will switch the camera, work with the cards, and we'll find out together. And we're going to find that out free of any veiling or obscuring efforts that have been made about this topic for this kind of an investigation path. So we can work around any shields that are up there and get to the truth. Let's do it. James Rink, super soldier, was convinced that he had been a victim of a heart attack gun. So that is going to be the yes or no element in this read. We are going to ask if his assumption or theory that that one of his issues had been instigated by a heart attack gun. Is that accurate? Plus additional insights and information into what caused James to leave the earthly plane at the age of 45, when up until mid-September of this year, just 2 months ago, he was in perfect health and exercising, meditating, eating right, doing all the things to keep himself healthy and live a long life that he possibly could. What happened? We want this information to be free of any veiling or obscuring efforts or shielding that has been done by parties trying to keep shenanigans from being in the public knowledge. So please share the insights and information truthfully and clearly as it would have been conveyed prior to any shielding or obscuring efforts that might have been made. Okay, our first card is the Two of Wands. Then we have the Four of Wands. Recent past, we have the Ten of Cups, Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Guys, we have a hard yes already on the heart attack gun hypothesis that James had for one of the triggers, no pun intended, for his heart issues. There were other issues going on, but he thought that the heart ones had been started by a heart attack gun, and the ace tells us yes, indeed. Okay, the Knight of Swords. Then we have the Four of Cups. I'm going to pull additional cards and we'll see because James isn't the only super soldier that seems to be dealing with some efforts to keep disclosures and talk of the programs that they've been part of that maybe they did mind wipes about and it hasn't worked too well. So these men and women are coming forward and speaking about their experiences, and those testimonials are getting traction. So let's see what's going on here. Again, we got the hard yes, right, Danielle? So there we know what happened. His leaving the earthly plane was hastened, and it was very deliberate. So it's nice right now what we're looking at here. James has already moved on. His soul has moved on in a very beautiful way because this is the James. This is his recent past. So since he passed away 5 days ago, as I make this video, he's already moved on to he is not suffering now. Okay, he wanted to be here longer. He wanted to um, continue his work and spread his message and provide that camaraderie and support to fellow super soldiers and give them a place to talk and share their experiences. And he wanted to be here for this, but he's fine. So the cards are telling us this explicitly. Now, just in case you're a new viewer, I don't channel. I am not in direct contact with James Rink as I make this video or look at these cards. I pray and ask for insights that come from our loving creator of all creators, from the cards. So these are intuitive insights that I get. These are nudges that point us towards the truth, but I'm not saying that there's any direct contact here. I don't permit that in my tarot work. I simply use these as an intuitive tool, and they're very effective. Let's look and see some more about this effectiveness. We had the Ace of Pentacles here for the truth, saying that yes, because any time an ace shows up, no matter where it shows up in the spread, if there's a yes or no element, that's our yes. Okay, and in the near future, despite these attempts, and maybe because of them, because someone is trying to stop these disclosures, it's actually going to increase people believing in them, their veracity, and it's not going to stop the momentum. So if someone from a three-letter agency or, some kind of black ops didn't want this information getting out, it's getting out and it's getting believed. Not all of it. Some people simply have, faulty memories or issues going on, but enough of it's going on that it's going to continue. So they might as well stop targeting these brave men and women who are already coming forward and speaking because you're not going to stop it. And the more it's obvious that that's what you're trying to do, the more it gives it validity. So let these people live out their lives, speak their truth, and leave them alone. The other near future card here, inside card here, we have the Four Cups, just saying that there's even more information out there than was answered in this question. It's something that could be dived deeper into, possibly, or what may be is that there's going to be more that becomes obvious as time goes on. Let's get those additional cards and see what that I mentioned and see what's going on with those. We have the Page of Cups. I think this ties in to the Knight of Swords, talking about, there's going to be actually a surprising gift in all this, as far as truth being believed and this particular narrative gaining traction and credibility. We have the Temperance card, teamwork. Go Super Soldiers. King of Cups, and our final card is the Five of Swords. Okay, so our men and women who have been super soldiers, okay, they're going to keep speaking their truth. And yes, they're taking a risk as they do it. They gave a risk when they gave permission to have themselves be used in these covert programs. Um, but like I said, we've got the Page of Cups saying there's a surprising blessing coming their way. And I think this card, the Temperance card, moderation, I think what it's saying is for James, and it's maybe kind of wanting this information out there. Maybe, I don't know. But what I do know is it's just saying, be teamwork, you guys and gals that are coming forward and talking, be a support system to one another, okay? Hold the line for one another. This is a card that also usually advocates for some moderation, okay? So this may be a good time to decide where it's effective to speak your truth and when, and go for it and maybe make some of those backup documents that you'll have that will drop if you don't update the release date on a regular basis, whatever like that. But just some moderate, not extreme measures. But most of all, teamwork, guys, teamwork. So James was proud to have been maybe not so much what he did as a super soldier, but what he did for the super soldier disclosure process and his fellow former super soldiers. So he was proud of that. And I like that. Teamwork was very important to this man. The King of Cups and the Five of Swords, our last two cards, just saying, no matter what kind of face people put on stuff, you use your emotional intelligence to see through the uh, the bluster to the truth. Okay, and just know that the Super Soldier program itself, those people talking about having been part of it, what it is, what it was, some of the scope of it, because it was multinational and it's very varied as far as the programs within it. They're going to, and I heard that there were five separate programs with this. You can look at one of James' interviews with Linda McAllister and see that. So they're still going to have some pushback. That you guys, his compatriots are not out of danger yet, but most of them are going to be okay and facing danger and doing it with valor and distinction is something that they're all accomplished at. So James has moved on, okay? And but his legacy lives on, and the disclosure process that he was committed to having get traction and be believed and seem to be valid is going to proceed. So let's recap. James Rink, at age 45, passed away on the 30th of November. He was a super soldier, or had been, and was committed to not only being the face and voice of having that disclosure of the super soldier programs, but being there for his fellow former super soldier men and women. And he held space for them and still continues to, I think, do it from where he's at. We had a yes or no element to this question and said, James said in an interview, which I have a link to in my video description box, that he felt like in September he had been the victim of a heart attack gun. So that was the yes or no element to our question. Was he right in that thought that he had been? And we definitely got a hard yes on that, guys. We got the Ace of Pentacles saying, indeed, he was a victim of the heart attack gun. Further insights from the cards show that, first of all, James has already moved on. He is um, he's in a good place. Okay, he is. So he did pass away. He is he's no longer a fragmented clone of an original or anything else. He is complete and where he's meant to be. His legacy is going to live on, and the disclosures that he was committed to having gain traction and be seen as valid is going to continue despite these efforts to discourage super soldiers from coming forward and these attacks that they are having to deal with. And in this case, one that caused mortal harm. They're still going to continue to speak their truth. In fact, the fact that they have martyred somebody is going to be one of the points that actually helps people to say there must be something to it because these people that come up and saying this, no one's laughing them off anymore. They're trying to take them off. So it's going to continue. In the meantime, those people that are speaking their truth, they were told, stick by one another, do it carefully. Carefully. I don't think within the ranks that they're being betrayed. But I did get a nudge, and I didn't say this during the read, that what they need to be careful is of maybe people that are coming forward and acting like, oh, we'd like to back you. We would like to fund this. So just be really wise about who you do business with and how much you let them in, what kind of access they have to you. Okay? Um, treat them like you might at a bar where you order a drink and have you take the lid off yourself, whatever. Okay. Be very careful, guys. But that teamwork of those people coming forward is going to continue. The message is going to continue to get out there. It's going to gain more traction and be believed more. And it needs to. We need to stop having so many things be secret in our world just because someone has this perverse need to control. Okay. I think the real power lies in not needing to have power over others. That's when you really, really get into some big powers, guys. That's Laura's view of it anyway. Rest in peace, James Rink, and I thank you for your service. And for the men and women that you knew who were also super soldiers, I thank them for their service too. Have your six each other, watch each other's back, take care of each other, and keep speaking your truth. It is getting heard and it is getting believed. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and your attention and your viewership. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and I wish you everything bright. Bye.